Hey everyone, I hope you are enjoying your Sunday. And I know that you've been seeing some of our posts the last couple of days. We wish that everyone had a wonderful holiday, everything's been safe, the weather's been good for you, and you've enjoyed family and friends. I'm sure that many of us have maybe dropped some of our health habits over the last couple of weeks. Maybe we're feeling a little run down. Maybe we are just ready to clean things up. And so I'm going to talk for a little bit today about what we have in store for you guys. We've been putting together some incredible education and information for you. And we know that it can be powerful if you're ready for it. So listen along and comment or ask questions if you have any, or feel free to tag anyone in this group as we get started. But this is the time of year when many people want to make changes. They're like New Year's resolutions are a thing, right? But what happens is often we set these resolutions or we have these big goals and they're too complex or they're too big and we can't stick with them, or we fall off the wagon and experience feelings of failure, and then we go into our old habits and that mindset of, see, I knew I couldn't do it. Why did I even bother trying? And if we do that year after year after year, those failures tend to add up. And so what we'd love to do is to equip you with some success that's going to make massive changes for you over time. So I want you to think of something. What if we viewed our perceived failures over whatever course, the last month, the last year, the last 10 years, and instead looked at things as if they were just life lessons and they weren't failures at all? Because if you think about it, there's not really failure in life. There is only lessons. There are only lessons to be learned. There are only new skills to acquire. And, you know, could we see things differently if we viewed things not as failures, but more as a journey and how we can continue to improve our health and our lives? So I want you to think about that, and message in the comments if that's something that you've been trying to switch your mindset around. Could we see things differently if we stopped thinking of everything as a failure? And we don't teach our kids, or if you're a parent, you haven't taught your kids to just stop trying after one failure, right? We don't say, oh, Jimmy, you didn't hit the ball. That's it. You need to quit baseball. Oh, Sammy, you didn't score the soccer ball, so you should be benched. No, we continue working on our skills, we continue gaining them, and we keep trying. And we teach our kids that, and I don't know where it gets lost in life that we just have to quit ourselves. And when we quit on ourselves, that's not good. Things tend to go downhill. So what we want to do, our intention is to bring you simple daily health tips that when turned into habits can transition your health and well-being. We don't lose our health overnight, right? In most cases, unless it's trauma or something, but generally speaking, we don't become less healthy or less fit or unhealthy. We don't develop chronic problems overnight. That's why they're called chronic. They're not just acute. And so we also can't regain our health overnight or with a week of exercise or 2 weeks of eating right, or maybe even a month. We can't regain that health or become more vibrant without creating daily habits that turn into a lifestyle. The body takes time to heal, just like if you had braces put on as a kid. Your teeth didn't get better and aligned and corrected overnight, right? My husband's a chiropractor. Spines don't correct overnight or with 2 adjustments or 6 adjustments, but they do correct. We see x-ray evidence of it all the time. Your spine corrects, your body heals itself. Things get better with consistent care for yourself and consistent work toward it. So we would like to help you create these habits. And we have the tools, guys, in this group to do that, okay? I bet you that most of you have the tools, or at least a good chunk of them, that we're gonna teach you about and teach you how to use them on a daily basis so that you can create habits. And if you could create a habit that improved your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your sleep, your digestion, is that something that interests you? If we could teach you a daily habit that could reduce your stress, is that something that's important to you? You want to ask yourself those questions and see, do I want to commit to making a change to something? You get to decide that. It's your journey. So here's how we are going to do this. We are going to start this week. Well, today's Sunday. We're going to start Monday, Tuesday, and we are going to bring you some basic information, an introduction to some of the information next week, knowing that there are some holidays in there and that getting back on schedule and kids at home, it's a bit of a thing at my house too. And then on week 2, we're going to bring you basic daily health habits. Each and every day we're going to cover a different topic. So Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, different, and a little touch on something on Sunday. And then week 3, for those who are ready, for the next up level in their health, we are going to bring more advanced information for you. Okay, so if you've been with us for a while and you've established the specific essential oils that we're going to talk about in week 2 every day, and you feel like you have a good handle on it, then you're the person who's ready for the advanced techniques. Now, that doesn't mean that people who are just getting started can't listen along with this information. What I know to be true is that you have to build on your information and your education and your practices over time. So hearing it more than once, more than 10 times, at some point it will sink in for you, okay? And then week 3, or the 3rd week of information, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th week, the next week, is going to be a specialized education week. We have some amazing information coming for you on mastering your metabolism. And that doesn't mean just weight loss, guys. That means getting your body working in a fashion and a function where your metabolism is in good condition. That also affects your hormones, which affects your sleep and your stress. It's all wrapped into one. And when you can master your metabolism, you are doing really well. What else do I want to tell you? The goal is not to overwhelm you, but to provide you with options for whatever stage in your journey that you're at right now. Just information, small tips, bigger tips for those who are ready or who like information, and not to overwhelm you, only to add to your journey. Knowing that, you know what, if you incorporate a couple things, awesome. Next year when we run this again, you'll add on a few more. So during this journey that we're going to take you through in January, to start out 2019 in the healthiest way possible, here's what we'd like you to consider. Mastering the basics of a healthy lifestyle in that second week, okay? And I'd wager that most of you have at least 70% of the tools that are going to be used during that week. And then the key with that week is to become consistent. And then because we're doing it in a group setting and as a unit and on this page here instead of like through email, there's a lot more power to that. Oh, my Siri's going off. That's hilarious. She thought I was talking to her. I'm talking to you. And then for the more advanced, again, this is for you if you've already mastered some basics and you're ready for that next up level. What we want you to consider overall is adding in, okay, let me go back a bit. It is a challenge if we say to you, or if someone said to me, hey, eliminate this, 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 and this in your life. That would feel like deprivation, and I might be like, no, I don't want to get rid of my bulletproof coffee in the morning because you tell me to get rid of caffeine. No, that doesn't actually work for my life. What we would rather teach you is how to add in some things into your lifestyle that are going to benefit you. So consider adding 2 to 3, that's it, of the options throughout the whole time. Master just those. And then also eliminating one thing, just one thing, not 10, not 5, eliminating one thing over the course of the month. And, you know, if I asked you right now, what's the one thing that if you removed or limited in your life, it would improve your health? I guarantee you know what that one thing is. The one thing that if you eliminated or reduced and committed to that for the next month, 6 weeks, 90 days, 6 months, what would that do for your health? Okay, the one thing. One of the things that we do to ourselves is we make things complicated and we self-sabotage. So I want you to be acutely aware of where you're sabotaging yourself as you try to move towards health goals. Okay. Some other questions I want you to consider during this time, and I know I'm at 10 minutes now, but if you're still listening or you're catching the recap, then this is for you. What if 2019 was your healthiest year yet? What if it was your healthiest year yet? That you've established a baseline or you work towards baseline health? What might that look like for you? For me, that looks like getting up at 5:30 a.m. every day to get me time, journaling, sitting down with my coffee, getting my thoughts out of my head, practicing gratitude, and then doing some exercise. That's what that looks like. When I first ended my job at the hospital to go full-time with doTERRA, I was sleeping until like 8, sometimes 8:15 when the kids were like, Mom, we gotta leave for school soon. And really, by that time, I'd lost 2.5 hours of the day of my peace and quiet to center myself. So for me, what one of those things looks like for me, being healthier, is spending that self-care time and getting up early, no matter what, okay? That might be completely different for you. What might you do differently if 2019 is your healthiest year yet? How might you feel if 2019 is your healthiest year? How might you feel? And I think for me, more importantly, how would your family or friends experience you as someone who is the healthiest version of yourself yet? Would you be less grumpy? Would you be more happy, more positive, more vibrant? Would you be more patient with your kids or your husband or your coworkers? You know, what would that be like if you felt better? How would your people in your life experience you? And what would your life look like when you achieve the next increment of health improvement? What would you be able to do now or then that you're not able to do now? Okay, so think about those things when you're trying to create new health habits. Think about why you're doing it and not just the immediate gratification. I know I have a fruit and nut Toblerone bar upstairs that I really just need to get out of my house, but it's not, I know I'm gonna feel awful after I eat more of it, but I do like chocolate, so that's been a thing over the holidays. However, I must say for me, after going through this doTERRA lifestyle, and I'm into my 3rd year of it now, that this has been my healthiest Christmas yet. I didn't overindulge as much as I normally do, and I'm not about depriving, but I'm also about knowing that when I do those things now, I feel like dirt. Let's be honest, I feel like shit. Do you? Maybe now that you're in better health with doTERRA, you feel worse when you don't take good care of yourself. But I definitely know this has been my healthiest year yet. I've not been sick. I traveled to, 12 different places on tons of different airlines, and I haven't been sick at all year. So it's pretty incredible what we can do when we up-level our baseline health, and that's what we're here to teach you, and that's how we see you using this next month of education. So some of you are ready for the next steps. Some of you have been doing them. You're gonna build on things in the next month. When you create a habit, your habit over time becomes your new normal. And what you're doing that is going to feel challenging, that's gonna be like, ugh, she wants me to put balance on my feet again. When it becomes your new normal and things change for you and you see, next year you're gonna go back and you're gonna look at the person you were and the person you are now. Next year at this time, what felt challenging now, that won't even be a thing, and you're gonna be in better health. So you're already headed into the new year. You're already thinking about new habits and new creations and how you wanna feel. A little bit of housekeeping during this time for education, okay? You wanna turn your notifications on. Maybe some of you got overwhelmed during all the amazing 12 days of Christmas posts and whew, your Facebook notifications went blowing up. Turn your notifications back on if you're choosing into these health changes, okay? You turn them on and off. Just a little word to the wise. Don't send your Facebook notifications to your email. That's crazy. Turn those off for sure. You don't need the double notification. Next, we are going to put all of these posts and all this education into a Facebook unit within our page. And we're doing this so that people can go back later and find the posts with more ease. If you haven't noticed, I've been adding units recently, basic questions that people ask over and over and over again about LRP and about how you redeem your points and how do I cancel this and how do I change that. They're all in a unit and easily accessible. So if you're not sure about it, go on the left-hand side of the Facebook column and you can click on units and you can see unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. This for now will be unit 4, okay? So everything's in a unit, you can find it, and you can even, like, if you forget where you are, you can hit done when you're done. And if you're not done, you go back and you're like, okay, I haven't completed that video yet. Okay, so that's how you can use that. Again, we're gonna start with basic daily health habits, and then more advanced daily health habits, and then some specialized information on metabolism. Housekeeping number 4, don't compare yourself, okay? Don't compare your progress to anyone else's. This is your journey. You get to do it. We are here to cheer you on, which is why we're doing it in a group setting. There's power in that. And then number 5, it's a safe space to ask questions and to be supported. You've chosen to be part of this Everyday Essentials for Better Living community, and we do like positivity and framing questions in a way where we can have some positive conversation around questions, okay? We want you to know that this information hasn't just been slapped together. This information on the daily health habits and the essential oils and the products that we're going to be using them, this information has been collected, researched, tried, and tested for almost 10 years by millions of people. Over time, doTERRA has added products to this foundation. Millions of people, just like you, who've started using essential oils for improving their health or cleaning their home or using on their kids, have used these daily health tips. And that the reason they are the foundation is because they work and we see results with them, okay? How it's gonna roll out, sometimes you're just gonna see a post. We're basically gonna post every day on this because we think it's massively important. Sometimes you're just gonna see a post. Other times you're gonna see a live, Facebook Live presentation. Sometimes you might see a Facebook Live, but as a PowerPoint or a screen share, and then other times we might pre-record the presentation, especially when it involves a PowerPoint. Facebook's not that interactive with if we want to show slides and stuff yet. So that's how this is gonna come across to you. We want you to tune in. We want you to turn your notifications on. We want you to choose in, but only if you are ready to make small, subtle shifts in your daily habits that have cumulative effects for your health. Okay, small shifts, large changes. It's kind of like interest at the bank, right? You put a little money away, you make a little interest, but the interest compounds and grows. This is the same kind of thing. You invest, you make a habit, you grow, and you get better health. Again, we love your comments, we love your tags, tag your friends in it. You can't share stuff off of our page because it's a closed page, but we will love hearing your wins. We love helping you with your questions and your challenges. So if you have any questions, let us know. And what do you think? Are you ready to take this journey with us? If you're catching the replay, please post in the comments. And we're excited to start the information out this coming week. Take care, everyone.